Since the beginning of time, humans have always been intelligent, and in our quest to solve problems, evolve, and find easier ways to perform simple and complicated tasks in our daily activities, we have invented some impressive technologies. In our study of the past, we have discovered many ancient technologies, some of which were invented thousands of years ago and continue to function to this day. These inventions continue to amaze modern scientists, even with our advanced knowledge of science. From the composition of these inventions to their functions and operation methods, scientists are still confused even after years of study. Join us as we take you through the old and abandoned technologies that actually exist, the automatic doors of ancient Greece. We start this list with one of the most impressive ancient technologies ever discovered, the automatic door. Although the first modern automatic door that we are all familiar with today was invented in 1931 by two American engineers, Horace H. Raymond and Sheldon S. Roby, who designed the first optical device that could open an automatic door for a restaurant and thus help waiters to bring plates and glasses. However, the first automatic door dates back to the 1st century AD, invented by Hero of Alexandria, a mathematician who lived in ancient Egypt and was interested in the practical applications of mathematics. The automatic door used a hydraulic system to open and close. The operating system was quite simple: a brass pot, some containers, and a system of pulleys. The brass vessel, partially filled with water, was suspended over a fire, and as the water heated, air collected inside the brass vessel, forcing the water to flow into the vessels. The weight of these containers would activate the pulley system and open the automatic doors. Heron's automatic doors were installed in a temple and opened once a day when worshippers arrived, a process that would take hours, from lighting the altar fire to opening the doors. Although this old automatic door was not as functional as modern automatic doors, it was still a wonder to everyone at that time and still today. Roman concrete. Ancient Roman architecture is still amazing today. From the Temple of Maison Carii, built around 16 BC, to the iconic Roman Colosseum, built in 125 AD, these structures have maintained their sturdiness despite exposure to rain and sun. This has intrigued scientists, who have wondered why Roman concrete was so durable. For example, the Pantheon in Rome, the largest unreinforced concrete building, has been standing since AD 125. In contrast, modern concrete wears away over time. For years, scientists have explored various theories to understand the unique strength of Roman concrete. For a long time, the unique strength of Roman concrete was thought to be due to the volcanic ash they added. The Romans were the first to do this, which seemed like a logical idea. Others believed that lime was the key. However, a group of scientists from MIT, Harvard, Italy and Switzerland, led by Admir Mazik, a professor of civil engineering at MIT, found bright white minerals in the concrete, called lime clasts. These experts discovered that ancient Roman concrete had the ability to repair itself, filling in cracks as they formed. This was possible thanks to a process called hot mix, which created a concrete with reactive calcium. When cracks formed and water entered, the lime clast dissolved and recrystallized, repairing the crack and reinforcing the structure along with the ash. The Iron Pillar of Delhi. Next, we have the Iron Pillar of Delhi, a 23-foot-tall structure in the courtyard of the Kawal Islam Mosque in New Delhi, the oldest mosque in North India. The pillar, which is around 1,600 years old, appears to be a simple pillar at first glance, but a closer look reveals why this incredible ancient structure deserves a place on this list. It's made of iron, and while iron is a powerful structural material, it's susceptible to rust, which means it starts to deteriorate over time. However, this pillar has remained as strong as ever and without any trace of rust. This amazing property has puzzled researchers for years, many of whom question its origin, as it could be a clue as to why it still stands today. Many claim that it is of alien origin or a mythical object sent to Earth by the gods. Scientists have also proposed many theories to explain this metallurgical marvel. However, the inscriptions on its shaft tell the story of its origin. King Chandra, who ruled the Gupta Empire around the 4th to 7th century AD, ordered the pillar to be built as a monument in celebration of his numerous victories in war and to be dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu. Plato's alarm clock. Next on this list is Plato's alarm clock. Most of us own an alarm clock, that device at your bedside that you both love and hate. But did you know that the first alarm clock in history was invented by Plato, a Greek philosopher who lived between 428 BC and 348 BC? Plato had a water clock, the type of clock that was popular in ancient Greece, and he modified it to chime at certain times of the day. In a water clock, water drips from one container to another through a small hole, and as long as the size of the container remains the same, the clock counts down an amount of time. Plato altered this design to achieve his own purpose by adding a tube to the filling container. The last container has a small opening and emits a hissing sound as it fills, effectively waking Plato at the set time. Although the design of Plato's alarm clock was not as intricate or sophisticated as modern alarm clocks, it worked effectively and many people who used it woke up on time. Da Vinci's tank. Throughout history, we have witnessed genius at its finest, and few have been as astonishing as Leonardo da Vinci, an Italian polymath who lived between 1452 and 1519. He excelled in various areas such as painting, engineering, drawing, science, sculpture, and architecture. While he is known for his paintings, many of which are exceptional pieces today, he is also famous for his inventions. One of these, lesser known, is the first armored car that he designed in 1487. This Da Vinci tank was one of his most innovative inventions, transforming the way modern warfare worked. He described the design in his notebook, the Atlantic Codex, which consisted of a circular platform mounted on 4 wheels and operated by a crew of 8. The vehicle was protected by a cover modeled on the shell of a turtle, with a sloped surface to repel enemy fire. Although the first modern tank was invented in 1915, this ancient piece of engineering is astonishing and has been considered the prototype for today's design. Despite being a pacifist, Da Vinci sought the patronage of leaders of his day, such as the Duke of Milan and Cesare Borgia, by offering his skills as a war engineer. He designed the tank to protect soldiers and engage his enemies with cannons all around the vehicle. Although it is unknown if it was used in the war due to certain design flaws, this concept remains notable in history. The Pyramids of Egypt. This list would be incomplete without mentioning one of the strangest, most mysterious and impressive ancient structures, the Pyramids of Egypt. The technologies that ensured the construction of the pyramids are the subject of wild speculation, including theories of alien intervention, as the construction of such a structure by human hands seems like an epic task of great proportion, especially in ancient times. There are around 138 pyramids in Egypt, many of them still intact for human observation to date. The largest of all is the Giza Pyramid, also called the Khufu Pyramid, which was built as the tomb of Pharaoh Khufu, who ruled during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom. This magnificent building stands at 481 feet and was the world's tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years. It is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. How these pyramids were built remains a mystery, but scientists have suggested that they were built by thousands of slaves over many years. For example, the Great Pyramid of Giza is believed to have required more than 20,000 slaves over 26 years to complete, as these pyramids used to be the final resting place of rulers. They usually began their construction as soon as they ascended the throne. The oldest known pyramid was built in 2630 BC for King Joseph at Saqqara, and the use of the pyramids as burial sites for Egyptian pharaohs became the norm after King Joseph. Inside the pyramids there are rooms and chambers where kings and queens are buried, as well as chambers where their families and temples are buried.